Hello and welcome to GIO Stadium here tonight for the clash in Canberra. It is the Raiders taking on the Newcastle Knights. Welcome back to SRL Season 10, Round 2, starting in the nation's capital. I'm your Commissioner Will Kay, joined by the lovely Snicko Balbroa. Snicko, how are we doing and what are we looking forward to in this game?
Good evening. I love Canberra. Looking forward to leaving. But apart from that, I'm looking forward to seeing Riley Flynn. He was dynamite last week against us. I haven't really been keeping an eye on him, just sort of heard the whispers that he's turning elite. And yeah, whispers are true, so very excited to see what he can do tonight. And on the flip side, the Knights, their first game of season 10, is that what we're up to?
Yep.
X, as the Romans say. And I think that, yeah, a few big changes in the city of coal, is that what they call it? So I'm very excited to see how they play out.
There's lots of dirty things in Newcastle, including coal. But
King Street, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders preparing to kick off in their home jersey for the first time in Season 10, and it's good to see them back in green rather than pink. As Cooper Vakama passing off to Daniel Engo. And I think the biggest talking point for the Knights this season is their forward pack. Daniel Engo, Casey Naman are both joining them. How do we think that will bolster their forward pack with the departure of Daniel Punch and Kodo Diab?
Well, I think we'll have to wait and see, won't we? There's been a lot of change in the forward pack. Like you said, Daniel Punch was instrumental last season in taking them to the top of the table, as was John Nanai, who's back in the 13, thankfully. So, yeah, we'll have to see how they work out. The Raiders forward pack, I think, is a little bit underrated. Dusty Richards, Wally Allen in the second row, very strong. And then Caval and I think it's Irwin. In the front row, they're good players. So you got to perform well to get over the top of them.
And a poor error there in the first set for the Newcastle Knights. Intercept via Jason Lomu for the Raiders as they close in on some territory here. Callum Irwin pushes past and just gets past the 20-metre mark. Plays it right there. They go to the left. Now it's Wally Allen. The former captain himself driving in that tackle and brought down eventually by John Nanai. As they got to the left, it's Caval. Caval looking to charge over. But Ponkston somehow gets a hold of him. Long enough to get some help from his teammates. Fifth and last now. The Raiders put in the pocket for Moose Lee. Moose Lee puts it perfectly on a platter for Dustin Richards. And the Raiders are over very early here.
Yeah, they certainly made the Knights pay, didn't they? I think Moose Lee, very, very young career so far. Last week, his kicking game, probably without being too rude to him, cost the Raiders the game. He just couldn't get the ball on the ground. And tonight, he's rectified that immediately. So very happy for him. And Dusty Richards, doesn't he age like a fine wine? He was vice-captain of Newcastle for a while, and he's back to take his revenge.
Yeah, great stuff there from Dustin Richards, and that kick was perfect. Moose Lee just, he took his time. He just looked like he had plenty of time there. And that is what allowed him to execute in the way that he did. Great stuff from him. There's Riley Flynn now with the kicking duties. And he will put that one over to make it a 6-0 difference. And Luke Driscoll, the kicker for season 10 for the Knights. Surely they had someone else. Apparently not. The Knights will be very disappointed they conceded that early in the match. It was just a poor showing of defense on that last play.
Yeah, I think it would be remiss of me not to mention how staunch the Knights were last season. So, a bit uncharacteristic for them. Boom! As Callum Irwin gets folded by Engo, that's something I like to see. We know they can attack as well. Dom Ponkston, of course, broke into that Australian team last season. He was elite all last season. So, it's him against Riley Flynn. You could even say it's an early matchup for a Blues jersey.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Riley Flynn making the squad last season. Ponkston not quite there, but getting that Australian jersey and proving himself there. Both good options for a Blues jersey. So there's heaps of stocks in the backs at the moment for the New South Wales Blues. There's Moose Lee. That's a good kick downfield. That's going to run a little bit. Ponkston has to work for it as he's going to step back on the return. Gets past Moose Lee, but Riley Flynn wrestles him to the ground with a bit of help eventually. And that was a good return there from Ponkston after a pretty excellent kick from Moose Lee.
Yeah, he moves it downfield, didn't he? I think what Joey June's done there, that's what they're going to have to do, this Newcastle team, rely on their back five to get in some meters. Because they're sort of lacking a little bit of speed in that forward pack. So if their back five can get in, make early meters in the set, it might just help them out a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly may. Only time will tell us. It's going to be Punxsutawn going out to the left. Vakama now goes to Engo. Engo pushing forward and brought down. Good tackle there from the forwards of the Raiders. As Vakama puts it in the corner this time. It's going to be Latrell Bolt on the trot. Bolt almost stings past, but Punxsutawn gets a hand to him and brings him down to the 30. And the kick return's looking good for both sides early on. Plenty of energy out in the field tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Both sides have come to play. You can tell that for sure.
Oh.
Nanai perhaps not quite there.
No, and I'm going to be honest, Jimmy Ralph, that pass looked a little bit forward from dummy half just to be able to make sure it clipped Nanai. And he's lucky the penalty went the way of the Raiders as they'll get a fresh set here starting on the 40. And that's good heads up footy there from Jimmy Ralph, and Nanai just falling asleep a bit. It's Berkeley now. Playing the ball on the 30. They go to the left. It's going to be Jesse Bennett. Fends off one. Weaving. Tries to get around Punxsutawn. Gets the ball to Moose Lee. But Lee's brought down. And a great tackle from Alex Christie, the Australian representative. As now they go to the right. It's going to be Blaine. Inside ball. Flicks it to Callum Irwin. But the Knights are ready for the crash play. They go out to the left. It's going to be Moose Lee again. Caught flat-footed. He wasn't ready for it. Players in front. As Fifth and Lee, they're 5 out for the last play. It looks like Blaine's coming into the playmaking role. He'll go, and he'll just push for the line himself. Didn't have time to kick it. That's a bit of a disappointing end to the set there for the Raiders. As Driscoll brought down there. Now you go out to the left. Nico Rashford. Playing the ball. Nanai. Now to Marshall. Not much going on in this set here for Newcastle as the defense of the Raiders, very solid indeed. Rashford brought down the wing. That's the fourth tackle there, almost at the 40. They may go for a 40-20 attempt. No, Marshall just spreads it out to Casey Namina instead. And brought down by Jesse Bennett. And so that'll be the fifth and last. The Knights go deep. Paulson's over the top, and it goes down to Jason Lomu as he's going to be able to step one. Jason Lomu straight through, and Punxsutawn having to do quite a few tackles tonight so far. As the Raiders looking strong.
Sorry, I was going to say I think the Knights want to fix up their kick chase because you're right. Punxsutawn's made a lot of not back-to-back tackles, but yeah, a lot of tackles that he probably doesn't want to make this early in the game, and it could have a detrimental effect as the game goes on.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could. And we just saw then 2 line breaks in a row. The Raiders all the way down the field now. They go to the right. Now it's going to be Mellett. A set play out to the right side of the field. It's Lomu, but Lomu's brought down. Nico Rashford able to stop him there. As fifth and last, they've got all the players stacked up on the left. They go. It's going to be Bennett knocking the ball on, and Berkeley playing on regardless.
Berkeley the big dummy.
Big dummy, big dive. But it's not to be as Bennett just drops the ball cold on the last.
Yeah, a bit of an inglorious end to the set, but they went 90 metres, so you can't be too disappointed with that. It means the Knights have to work out of trouble yet again.
Yeah, the Knights, as here goes Punxsutawn, just straight through.
Through 2.
And that'll help a lot here for the Newcastle Knights, as that's the third. Nanai spreads it. Driscoll charging forward, and they're starting to get a bit of a rhythm going now, the Knights. As able to go to the right. Now it's Vakama. Goes to Christie. As Alex Christie will play the ball. Fifth and last. Out to the left. With Vakama kicking over to the corner of Jason Lomu. As he steps again. Lomu in the open yard now. No one's in front of him. Punxsutawn's coming across, but he's got a lot of space in front of him. As Punxsutawn, can he make the tackle? He's got options on the left, Lomu, but he takes the tackle. And that's just a smart play there as they've got a hole set in the line. Now they go to the left. It's going to be out to Latrell Bolt, but he can't put the step on.
Tackle.
That's a great tackle from Bradley Parks. As now they go right. Moose Lee goes to Wally Allen. Brought down there. Third there. As the Raiders spread it again. No, it's going to be the short play to Moose Lee. He really wants to crash over for one. In fact, I think he may. No, I think he's on his back there.
No, I think he scored there. Oh, held up. Forget me. Scratch that.
It looked like he did for a second, but I think they must have just got him on his back. As Berkeley now. Bit of an interesting player in the second last. Is fifth and last now. Moose Lee in the pocket. They go to him. Can he put it along the ground? No, he'll put it up in the air. Where's it going to land? It's going to land straight in the hands of Miko Rashford. And a great take there from the little winger to make sure the Raiders don't put in another 4.
Yeah, once again, Moose Lee just can't quite land that bomb. Last week it was too short, tonight a little bit too deep. If you can just get that, say, a metre out from the line and try and encourage that back play for Ollie Flynn, he'll be a lot more deadly.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Knights here under all sorts of pressure early on, but they have been relatively strong in their defence on their line, only letting in that first try in the first set. But I think the question is, how much longer can they hold on to this, Snicko?
Well, I think the Knights, their attack at the moment is a little bit impotent. They can't quite get to the line and really fire off some shots. Maybe if they can sort of nut up in the forwards and get a bit closer, they have a chance. But for the moment, like Luke Driscoll, we know how good he was last season. We've barely seen him with the ball. Get some ball to the likes of him, try and get some line breaks, and hopefully fix things up.
Oh!
So that is a really nice grubber.
That is beautiful there. Dom Ponkston running onto an absolute perler as the Knights with their first points of the night. And I think it was Borson's. Yes, it was. Look at this. Puts it straight across the face, through the legs of Jimmy Ralph. And that is excellence there from the Knights.
Yeah, Jimmy Ralph, the future Rooster, just did nothing there for the Raiders, unfortunately.
The future Rooster.
We know what's happening this season. Let's not play silly buggers.
As Luke Driscoll will kick this one from right in front. And Driscoll, interesting choice of kicker, you think, Snicko?
Well, I haven't looked at their sheet, so I don't want to comment.
He's their third best kicker, goal points wise.
Well, there you go. In that case, scratch that. Do better.
Cooper Vakama, 64 natural. If he gets that upgrade, it'll be 84. In comparison to Luke Driscoll's upgraded 50. He started on 30. So, and there's another player. I believe Jordan Marshall also has 54. So, yeah.
Maybe I should goal kick. What do you think?
Maybe you should. I would say maybe I should, but we all know how that goes. There's Namina. Goes out to Driscoll. Brought down. Second tackle as they go to the right now. Cooper Vakama goes to Dom Ponkston. Ponkston stepping around and brought down just on the 40 there. As that'll be the third tackle.
That set sort of showed when the Knights do get some field position, they went a bit early. They were a bit far out for my liking, but they made it work. But yeah, when they do get down there, they're going to score points. So if they can just sort of get a bit of momentum in this game, that's very nice from Engo. 2 broken tackles. A bit of momentum like that. I think that, the Raiders defense will be under a bit of pressure, but for the moment, just like now, they just can't seem to get quite to the line with any sort of regularity. Yeah,
and I think if they just rely on Ponkston a lot in this game in the attack, points will probably come very easy for them. We know he's probably their best player, and he's just been solid for them for a very long time. So I think if they just go through him, he'll set up tries and he'll score some tries just when they're getting close to that line. That was almost...
What are we going to see there, outside, inside there?
I think Namina would have picked that one off easily, which would have been the problem. As there's an easy pick-off here for Mike Borsons as he gets downfield. And that is not the best play there from the Raiders as the Knights. They could get down, and they could be getting down and over the line here.
Did you see how far Riley Flynn had to run to get back to fullback there? He was 20 metres behind the play.
I think he threw the pass, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So he ended up way behind the tackle.
Poor fella. He was moving. As Marshall goes to Borsons, now to Driscoll. As Luke Driscoll brought down, and he's had a few runs like that now. Just the post-contact meters working for the Newcastle Knights. As Nanai brought down 10 out. 5th and last now. As he plays the ball, they go to the right. Borsons, he'll be putting it high out to the left side. I thought that was going right, but no, off the side of the boot. Tap back, Ponkston, here we go. For the corner, and he's brought down by Dustin Richards. A good tackle there from the number 12.
Yeah, take some notes, Moose Lee. That's exactly where you want to land the kick. Borsons has done that perfectly, and Ponkston, you give him that shot enough times, he's going to score some tries.
Yeah, it's Cotter pushing back. Go out to the left, it's going to be Wally Allen. Now they go to the right, Moose Lee. Goes to Quinton Cotter.
For a man named after Bruce Lee, his kicking game is just not quite there, is it?
No, it's really not.
Good name, though.
It's a good name. But, yeah, not quite there. Maybe he needs to go and do some more training. As Miko
Well, he was in his
Rashford.
debut season, to be fair.
No, he debuted
One of
last
the
season.
Superstars. Oh, did he?
He was formerly Arlo Rutherford. But he's only
was
played a
he?
few games. Yes, he's
Just
changed his
Arlo.
name. This is Arlo.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Hasn't played a whole lot, though, to his credit, so it's basically his debut in the 6. Putting a lot of
Faith.
yeah, a lot of faith in your rookie to put him at 6, but I appreciate it. I don't know about you, but I appreciate the move. As Marshall.
Yeah, I appreciated it last week, that's for sure.
As John Nanai. He'll play the ball in the 30. Out to the right. Now they go. Borsons. Puts the kick in. And to Latrell Bolt. Bolt steps around. And he'll be brought down just inside that 30 there.
Who's the Knight 7, Will?
The Knight 7 is Cooper Vakama.
Yeah,
Missed
he
it.
touched the ball. Borson's has been putting on absolute clinic so far.
Barely touched the ball. Another rookie himself. You know, they could get him involved. They could get him involved by making him goal kick instead of Luke Driscoll, but I don't think that'll happen.
Do you think with Borson's playing the 60, the more dominant role, we're very early on, to be fair, but does that put a bit of pressure on the Origin squad if he wants to play as a 6, do you think?
I mean, depends how the other 6s are going in the league. I mean, you got TBK, he had a shocker last week in his kicking game, but he obviously is the 6. I think Osho Ole, you'd say he's a pretty safe 7.
That's what I mean. You could slot him in at 7 and then, yeah, all of a sudden...
Borson's may go at 6. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, there's a bit of competition. Good for
There's
New
a lot of
South Wales.
competition. Yeah, it is good for New South Wales, isn't it? The luxury of choice. You know, there's also Daniel Hellier. Yeah, he's also an option, as Mike Borsons. I can't think of any other New South Wales 6s at the top of my head, but I'm sure one will come up. As Miko Rashford brought down there. I could even play 6, Nico.
Yes. Let's move the lock of the year out of lock.
Well, we have seen multiple teams do it, so... Bulldogs, as we go. Mellett out to Berkeley. Now to Richards. As the Raiders just look to drive it through the middle. Quinton Cotter now getting his way through the line and brought down short as that's the 3rd tackle.
I think Quinton Cotter played for the Knights as well, actually.
I think he did. So there's quite a few former Knights. As Riley Flynn down the sideline, breaking a tackle and just going for a run now. As Punxton out of position, 4th tackle, you'd spread it out to the left, you'd think, and try and make a line break. No, Dustin Richards wants his own thing. As I don't think that was intentional at all. And I don't know who the playmaker will be. They're going to go out to Jimmy Ralph, who puts a good... That's a decent kick there from Ralph. And it'll be a well-taken high ball from Miko Rashford, as he's brought down only a few metres out from his own try line. And, I mean, it was a bit of a weird play just on the last, but it worked out, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm digging deep into my SRL memory bank, but I believe might have been season 6 when Don Ponkston was still captain. Quinton Cotter was meant to re-sign, then he backflipped on the eve of signing. So not a whole lot of love lost between him and the Newcastle team.
No, and he's just bounced around a bit, Quinton Cotter.
Personality issues.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave it at that. As Dishwasher playing the ball out to the left, it's going to be Cooper Vakama.
That's a really nice kick.
That's a great kick down to Latrell Bolt as he's going to step one. And Bolt had a great season last year. Playing mostly in the centres.
By not to be rookie this season, you know, honestly.
Yeah, it was a hard picking last year. But very good start to his winger career as well. So he's been playing decent tonight. It's a good run there through the middle. They go out to Mellett now. Big Raiders fan, I heard. As he'll play the ball. Out to left now. It's going to be Berkeley. Spreading it out. Riley Flynn. It's a pearler of a ball. But he's brought down by Alex Christie again. Just making an important tackle on the right edge there for the Newcastle Knights. As they go Moose Lee. Spreads it to Cotter. Cotter just charges onto it. As they organise for the last. Moose Lee looks like he's going to get the 2 pass here. as I go out to him. Yes, he puts the ball high. It's a bit deep again. They could get a tap back or a take. It's going to be a take. It's going to be a beautiful catch from Dane Blaine. And the Raiders are over once more.
Absolute magic from Dane Blaine there. I thought, just like you, it was a touch too deep, but is that Bradley Park perhaps for the Knights, or Joey June, whoever it was?
Joey June.
Yeah, Joey June just doesn't have the height. Yeah. And Dane Blaine way too good.
Yeah, and I think you'll notice both the wingers for the Knights are actually quite small in stature. So I wonder if
no Marcus Squares.
They're no Marcus Squares. Or, I can't think of any other tall wingers. Dom Young, probably. It's fairly tall, you'd think.
Malaki Booth.
Oh, yes. Malachi Booth. He was big in a couple different axes. As Driscoll will kick off once more. And I don't think that'll ever be unusual to me. Also the hair, but anyway. Thoughts on the bright blue hair, Snicko?
Not a fan.
Not a fan, okay. I do appreciate Ponkston's blue mohawk, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think once is fine. Twice, two in the team, unsure.
That's fair enough. As Alan
I like
plays the ball.
Shaq's blue hair.
I do like Shaq's blue hair, actually. Yeah, that looks good. It's very...
I think I'm just used to Driscoll not looking like a freak. And now that he does look like one, it just puts me off a little bit.
Poor fella. As Preston Beats playing the ball. Out to the right now, it's going to be Moose Lee. Goes to Dustin Richards. He pushes. And brought down. There's 5 minutes left in the half here. It's going to be Berkeley looking for a 40-20. He'd be lucky to make it past the 40, but it's a brilliant play. Ponkston goes straight out. And that's all calculated, I think, there from Alan Berkeley.
He just knows the conditions of GIO Stadium. That ball is going to run, and it's too slippery for Don Ponkston to turn around.
Home ground advantage at its finest. Yeah, just
the old
Ponkston.
40-40.
Yes. 10 more metres and it would have been... that's what they have in the women's game, isn't it? 40-30?
They do, correct.
Maybe we should bring that in because we know our kickers are challenged.
Rubbish.
It's Preston Beats. Ball down just the 20 there. Playing the ball out to the left. It's going to be Wally Allen. Allen unable to get past the defence of the Knights. They go Jimmy Ralph from dummy half, and he just needed to go left. I think he went right instead. He probably could have snuck in just behind Ponkston otherwise, as Quinton Cotter. Crash play unsuccessful. As Ralph, what will he do on the last? Where will he go? Goes to Moose Lee. And he puts it up high to the right this time. It's an aerial assault again against Miko Rashford. It's another great take, but Mellett's captured. And that is very good defense there from Ponkston. It looked like I was going to concede again, the Knights.
What does Mellett do?
Go for the Raiders. He's a centre, I believe.
Yeah, but what does he actually do?
Plays footy.
I actually like him in the second row. Yeah, I just think in the centre is a bit of a strange one. Oh!
Hit
Nanai
stick.
cops a big hit from Preston Beats. He was bench player of the season last season for that exact reason. He was laying him out all season. Love to see him start. Love to see him go with a bit of the big boys, but he got Nanai there. So he's shown that he can do it. It's time for him to stop dominating the bench forwards and, yeah, I think step up. But, of course, with Irwin and Caval, he's not going to unseat either of them.
Yeah. I mean, he's coming off now, but he had a very good season. I think that hit on Nanai shows he's not just, you know, a cannon fodder
one-hit wonder
merchant, you know. He doesn't just hit the bench forwards, he hits anyone. Even the best of the best in John Nanai. There's Jesse Bennett. We'll play the ball. Out to left now. It's Moose Lee. Spreads it wide out to Dane Blaine. He steps, flicks it out to Latrell Bolt down the wing. And he somehow manages to... Nope, he goes out.
Nice one, Bullfed.
As Joey June. Good tackle there.
It was a nice pass, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful pass. Joey June's done well to get over there. Look at this. Gets stepped, sees the pass, and goes. Oh,
no. Oh, I thought it was his head. It was his big forearm instead.
That's got to be a millimetre out, but right call there from the touch judge. It's 12-6 the score at half-time. Raiders in the lead. We'll see you shortly.
I'm just waiting for Kiss Cam to come on me. It's not happening. Do you like it? Do you like it? The environment here, do you like the footy? Yes, we're on. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah,
You're not you when you're hungry.
This is an amazing
Snickos.
reception that we've received.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game. Welcome back to SRL TV. The Canberra Raiders currently in a 12-6 lead over the Newcastle Knights. And it's been a tough clash between these two teams early on here. Stick about, bro. What are the messages in the sheds at halftime?
I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you.
Good to know that you're doing your role as always, as Luke Driscoll will kick us off here.
I transcend roles.
Oh, God. As Callum Irwin.
One thing I can tell you, though, is stats are very even at half-time. 55% to the Raiders. Both only had a couple of errors. Missed tackles, line breaks, all about the same. And you can see that reflected in the score. It took a pretty magical catch from Dane Blaine to break the deadlock, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, and Dane Blaine at halftime moving into his halfback role. Berkeley coming off the field. Certainly an interesting circumstance, but one that I'm sure has been planned for. His blind smash there. Absolutely walloped, and that's why you put Berkeley at halfback, not Dane Blaine.
Yeah, Namana got his man, didn't he? And I think that Dane Blaine, he played 7 for Samoa in the off-season and played quite well. They won the Pacific Champs, whatever that was called, Pacific Cup. So he's got some form there, but yeah, when you've got some of these big boys and you're a half, check your ribs, because they're coming for you.
Yeah, they sure are, as Joey June brought down there. As that'll be the third tackle. The Knights go out to the left. Now it's going to be Jordan Marshall. Spreads it to Lucy Driscoll. As she's tackled. Fourth. Out to the right. Vakama. Pushed back as that's the fifth and last. And they go. Rangahuna putting the kick in. Playing off the bench into the centre spot as Latrell Bolt's brought down. And not much going on there. We saw quite a few good kick returns in the early stages of the first half. It looks like the Knights have cleaned this one up since Snicko.
Yeah, and it's kind of saved their bacon because they were getting torn to shreds as Latrell Bolt gets yet another line break. When they're centre kickers, they tend to sort of D their kick a bit of a point of pride, which always helps. But yeah, as a whole, the Knights have certainly improved. The first 10, they're just warming into their season, and since then, yeah, they've had a bit of a crack.
Yeah, they certainly have. As Wally Allen. Plays the ball, goes deep to Moose Lee. Moose Lee puts this one deep. Miko Rashford. Ooh. Drew Mack in the tackle there, and that'll be the first.
Yeah, not used to seeing that, are we? Miko Rashford, a noted kick returner, just got monstered.
There we don't see it often as Ponkston now getting down the field, and Moose Lee coming across and making the tackle. But that's a good run there from Don Ponks as the Knights are looking to tie up the scoreboard early in the second half here. And that run will help them out as John Nanai brought down now. Third as they go to the left, Lucy Driscoll. Bumps off one, Driscoll straight over the top. And brought down 10 metres out, fourth tackle. Options on the right, but no, it's going to be Jordan Marshall going for the points himself. Brought down just short of the line. The Raiders, can they hold on here? As Ponkston acting half. Gets the ball out to left. It's going to be Borsons. Puts it up out to the left. And no one there. Ponkston gets there eventually. He steps one. Ponkston down the short side. Flicks it back for Rangahuna. Oh, very, very close, but brought down. And Ponkston almost able to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, he played the ball. I'm not sure if you realize. I think you might have mentioned it. He played the ball on the fourth, so he couldn't be there for the back. But he still did his best to get there and collected on the bounce. If he scored from there, would have been quite exquisite.
Would have been freakish, as we know he is capable of doing freakish plays. As Allen playing the ball out to the right now. Riley Flynn.
He's been
Brought
well
down.
handled.
He
this
has.
game.
He's easy to see now. I reckon that's why he's got the bright green headgear, so they know exactly who has the ball. As Raul Caval flicks it, and they lose a few meters there, and the Raiders able to just back to halfway. Good defense from the Knights in that set. That's Joey June on the kick return now, and monstered there by Sam Herbin. So just some good defense going on right now for the Raiders on the kick returns.
Yeah, that'll help. I know Chrissy didn't go anywhere. Thought he was going to pick up a few meters there, but what do you call that, a half line break?
Yeah, half break. A quarter break, I don't even know what that would classify as. It wasn't. He almost got past, but he just got wrapped up. It was unfortunate for him. It's Borsons. Plays the ball out to left. Now goes to Driscoll. As fifth and last year, the Knights go out to Borsons, who puts it cross-field down to the wing of Latrell Bolt, and now there's a lot of open space here, and he steps around one on the infield, and it looks like they may just start to drop off again here, the Knights.
Yeah, a bit of a worrying sign there for the Knights. Rango Huna, fresh on the field, couldn't hit the tackles. Now Irwin gets into some space. And
Oh, it's
offloads
Moose
to
Lee in open space. He's charged down, but that's a great run there from the young 5'8", as the Raiders now go Blaine. Oh, smashed again. Jeez, Casey Nowina does not like Dane Blaine. Able to hold onto the ball this time, but he is not a fan, I don't think, as fourth tackle. He'll go up and play it, Wally Allen. Out to the right. Now, oh, jeez.
Moose Lee, I think that was, just got in the way.
Honestly, it looked backwards, but if the referee wants to call that, it didn't look like the ball changed trajectory at all. I don't know about what you saw, but that's how I saw it. As Casey Nowina straight over one. And it looks like he's really brought the energy in the second half here.
Yeah, certainly has. Both sides of the ball doing some damage. I assume he's going to play 55 minutes. Well worth his crack so far.
Yeah, should think that he played the big stint of the forwards. You know what I'm really enjoying though? Daniel Ngo will get more than 20 minutes, so that's nice for him. It's crazy what happens when you leave the Cowboys.
Well, their freshest 20-minute goal just went inactive, so maybe there's a spot back for him there.
Yes, if he ever wants to move back to the team that was... Did they get the spoon? No, they're on the bottom of the ladder though. Last season.
No, Rabbits.
Rabbits got the spoon.
Would you call it an implosion? A nuclear implosion. What happened to the Rabbits?
Yeah, well, yes, considering they were first after what, 5 rounds,
Yeah.
and then they ended up last.
Joey Kelly rebuild, baby.
Joey Kelly rebuild. Yes. There's Borsons. I don't know how that one's on a knock on. If the other one was, I don't know how that one's been cleared. But anyway, Namina almost getting to the line. Bennett able to make the tackle. The teacher sitting him down. As now it's Luke Driscoll. Brought down. Only a few metres out now. Fourth tackle. They got options out the left. They'll go there. It's going to be Mike Borsons looking for the line himself. Didn't want to pass out to the 3 players he had in the wing. As they go, Nanai puts it one high. Make it the post here. Nah. All good. Latrell Bolt, great take.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big Dommy Ponkston couldn't get that one, but we saw it work for the Raiders, so no bad shout.
Right, that's 0.
Yeah, it's Dane Blaine now. Goes up to Moose Lee. Brought down the tackle there. So that'll be the first. Playing it. Herbin inside to Bennett.
Bennett hasn't quite had an impact tonight, has he?
Well, in that first 20 or so minute, he was really, really good. And then I think he ran out of puffers. That's a great offload. Wally out. What are you doing?
Oh.
You were past him. What are you doing? Oh, that is an all-time brain fade there from Wally Allen. Oh, it was a big hit. You'd be filthy, wouldn't you, if you're Riley Flynn? That's an all-time offload. That's an implosion of the brain.
Hard work.
He got past Ponkston.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to take those chances when you're versing the former minor premiers, that's for sure.
I mean, No, I'd be filthy with myself. Anyway, as Marshall goes to balls and he puts up the kick, it looks like that bloke wants the ball.
Kami aloha.
Kami aloha. Hello to you too, Snicko, as Lomu brought down. Millet now goes to Blaine and runs it straight at Casey. Now he's brave. He's a very brave man, Dane Blaine, because Naman has been laying him out all night and he still continues to run at him. Well, maybe he's just severely concussed. He could just... Oh. He could just be severely concussed as well, I suppose. And just an apology to anyone whose kids are watching currently. Snicker Barrow doesn't know how to hold his tongue.
No, I mean, he likes the contact.
He likes the contact.
Involved.
Yeah, okay. As on
the last. Figured out what you're talking about.
On the last.
What's wrong with you? There's kids watching.
Oh no. That's a shocking penalty to give away on the 5th tackle. Very bad discipline there for the Knights. The Raiders, you think they go in here? We haven't seen points at 20 minutes. We're starting to go a bit delirious.
Yeah, this is probably the best chance of either team has had in the second half so far. It's sort of been played between the 20s. So if the Raiders can go over here, it could go a long way to finishing this game off for them.
Yeah, it'll be a hard-fought victory for whatever team comes away with the Chockies. As Irwin plays the ball, goes out to the right. Lee now goes, spreads the ball. Riley Flynn in space for the corner. That could be a try saver from Bradley Parks. Oh no, sorry, it's Mr. Aloha. Is it Junior?
Mr. Kami aloha.
Usually you start with hello, but he ends with hello. Is Jesse Bennett playing the ball 5 metres out now, the Raiders. That's a very slow play the ball. As it goes, Moose Lee. Oh, he's shanked it again. Oh, maybe not. Bat back there, and it's going to be absolutely nothing. That was a very weird play in the last.
Yeah, Riley Flynn was all the way on the right for that almost try, so understandably he doesn't get all the way to the left, but that's when your kick selection has to come into question, doesn't it?
Riley Flynn
did this all last
tapped
week.
it back.
Right, well that's even more mysterious.
So I'm not sure what was going on there. He was there, but yeah, certainly an interesting option to tap it back instead of letting your winger do it for you, but anyway. Intercept! Richards is down the field! And I love seeing a big fella in a bit of open space. Instead of the first tackle, the Raiders. Going out to the right now, it's going to be Dane Blaine. Brought down 15 out. Going to the left now, it's going to be Jesse Bennett. Goes left to Richards.
Back on as a prop. Is he? Or is he just getting involved?
I think he's back on as a prop. Oh no.
Did he even,
he didn't even come off. He didn't even come off. You're a bad influence, Snicko. I've got no clue what I'm talking about. And neither do you. As Riley Flynn. Playing the ball.
For yourself.
Nah, you got no clue. Oh, jeez. The classic.
Yeah, poor old Moose Lee. He put in that really nice grubber in the first half, but since then he's been a one-legged man in an asking competition, doing absolutely nothing. And I think that's going to be something I have to remedy as the season goes on.
Yeah, they definitely need to work on that with him. As Don Ponk's getting through the line. Marshall now goes to Vakama. And there you go, he touches the ball. Could be the first time tonight for him. There's John
he had a run before.
Did he?
About 4 minutes, he got pushed back 6.
As you do. Instead of the 4th tackle.
As you do.
There's Alex Christie through the line. Gets a flick away, but Parks is far too close to him there. And he gets pushed back. And a held and tackle penalty right in front of the sticks. They won't take the 2. Smart not to take the 2. We've seen some teams take the 2 when they are very much down the board, didn't we?
The Raiders did it last week, did they, at 10-0 down?
Oh, Vakamo! He almost got through with the dummy! But he's put on his back, and sorry. Yes, I think the Raiders did, but that was very, very close.
Yeah, Vakaman's heard us talking about him. He wants to get involved. Unfortunate hair colour, but he's looking good. Is this his debut game in the SRL? If this is his first season?
Nah, he's played all of last season off the bench.
Yeah, gotcha.
bench centre, move to half-back. So now they go to the left. It's going to be Christie. Gets the ball. Beautiful hands there to Daniel Engo. And the Knights are over for the first points of the second half.
Yeah, that held in tackle penalty just wasn't quite the play, was it, from the Raiders? They had everything sorted, and the repeat pressure from the Knights just too good. Nice little ball playing from Alex Christie. Riley Flynn shot out of the line and just left a big hole. The other guy didn't slide in from the from between the posts. He just stood stuck in mud, and it's cost him big time.
You know, great pass there from Christie. Really silky smooth hands from the second rower. As Luke Driscoll gets that one over. And 12-all the score with just under 15 minutes to go. This could get very interesting now, Snicko.
It's been interesting this whole game. I've quite enjoyed this.
Yes, it has been good. We've seen some great big hits. Preston Beats, he won't be back on, I don't think, unfortunately.
Does he only play 19 minutes?
I think so. Get this man a bigger contract.
Yeah, Preston Beats hit the open market, brother.
Trade period coming up in quite a few rounds.
Oh.
That's a big hit there from Jimmy Ralph. As Jordan Marshall gets past him anyway. Jimmy Ralph forgets that he actually needs to tackle more than once a set. And they get some good meters.
Kickoff, he gets hammered. Like that has happened to him multiple times off the kickoff. He just gets absolutely leveled. So, yeah, maybe the props are not the spot for him. Oh no. Jeez.
It's all falling apart now. As the Raiders give away another penalty, and the Knights will get an easy 20 metres down the field. And they could be in great position to pick up some more points.
They're just going to be outside that field goal slotting time by a couple of minutes, which might hurt them in the long run.
Unless they score a try, which I'd actually could very much see happening. The Raiders defense dropping off in the last couple sets. As I go to the left now, it's going to be Bradley Parks. Doesn't get leveled that time. In fact, making some extra meters. He did run it at Dane Blaine, though. As now they go, Jordan Marshall wants another one from dummy half, and he's been trying to do some things. The Jamison shuffle coming up fruitless. As Cami Aloha goes up to Casey Namana. He's a winger, the big fella. But he's put on his back. Fifth and last now.
Watson's can ice this right now.
He could. As he will not. As now it's going to be Jimmy Ralph away. He's down the field. Nobody's going to catch him. Miko Rashford coming up behind. Will he have the legs to get him? It's going to be a foot race here. Rashford could make a great tackle. He's very close. But no, it's Ralph.
Yeah.
100 metres for the Raiders. As they will take the lead just before the 70-minute mark. And that is a synchronising play. That is amazing.
Yeah, we spoke about Borson's icing it, but that's proof global warming is real because he just melted under the pressure there. And Jimmy Ralph way too quick across 100 metres. Yeah, breathtaking, really. To concede a try like that after you got back-to-back penalties, that's going to sting.
Yes,
and not just the bee sting, like a big sting. Hornet level sting.
Scorpion sting?
Nah, they're not too bad.
Oh, okay. Expert in scorpions, Snicker Balbroa. You're the one that gets carried across the river, is that right?
Expert in bugs, and I might squash one if you don't stop talking.
And Dom Pongson dove very early, just in that play. If he hadn't dove, I dare say he would have caught him. Rashford almost got to him. I thought he was going to catch him like 2 metres out or something. But it was not to be.
What's Jimmy Ralph? 90 speed?
Yeah, he'd be 90 speed. Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen Tim James do it a fair bit. He seems to have a knack for going the length of the field, so it can be done by the hook.
Here we go.
Reason. Yeah, Jimmy Ralph's decided he wants to be a prop.
Good on him. I say,
he
more
played
power
a
to him.
prop for Manly, I think.
I think he did, because I had that two hooker rotation with Buckingham and Ralph, and then it was a bit like
for that usually.
Sticker, there are kids watching is Callum Irwin.
Twice the contracts.
Oh yeah, of course.
Will, I just realised what you meant. There's kids watching.
That's Wally Allen playing the ball. Going on the Moose Lee, puts it up high. It's a bit short there, and it'll be well taken by Herman. Oh, get an offload away, but it's nothing comes of it. As we fifth and last.
What it does do is chew up a couple more seconds, which is all they'll be looking to do at the moment.
Yeah, and as I actually just realised, Snicko, there's actually 2 hookers playing prop right now. Hooker primaries playing prop right now for the Raiders, with Berkeley also playing prop.
Yeah, very interesting, especially... Well, that's nice from Marshall. 2 hookers, 90 speed against the 2 props, 80 speed. Although they have Parks on, I think, do they? The Knights? So,
yeah, they have Parks on, so 85. He's a second
he's the
row primer.
fastest. Is he second row primary?
Yep.
What's he doing in the centres then?
Same as Hayden Mellett. Not much.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ango brought down there. The Knights, they need a try. You go to your main man. Your main man is tackled well there by Berkeley.
He's barely been sighted this second half. Hey, Don Ponks, he made lots of breaks in the first half and just feels like the ball hasn't really gone to him as the game's developed.
Oh, jeez. As Lomu now through the line.
Stay
gets on
in.
the outside. He's done well to stay in there.
He had a little step towards the sideline, didn't he, at first contact?
His right leg must be very strong to be able to stop that. Or Ponkston just very weak. There's
No, he's
blame.
back strength now, Don Ponkston.
Is he?
Yeah, it took him a long time, but he got there.
Yeah, I don't know who would have given him bad strength, but that bloke should be sacked. As Callum Irwin, 25 metres out. Now the Raiders go to left. It's going to be Wally Allen. He pushes forward here. And
Been industrious tonight, Wally Allen.
He's been good.
Scratch that, offload that, sort of went to no one. He's been quite good outside of that.
As Moose Leaf far out.
Takes out kick return.
Herbert again. At least he's getting involved somehow with a couple high ball takes, but
You'd
they mean
almost
absolutely
prefer
nothing.
the Knights to take that.
You would, because it wastes a tackle.
Correct.
Yep, we're on the same page, Nico.
If you want to waste
Anyway.
a tackle, you just go to Cooper Vakama.
Oh, Jesus. Daniel Engo playing the ball. Driscoll gets it. The Knights, they need to step up here. They need to kick their rear ends into gear. Start swinging their swords around as it's 4th tackle. Going up to the right. Marshall goes to
I'm not
Parks.
touching that.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? Oh, Snicko. I just realised what you meant. There's kids watching.
I said I refuse to talk about that.
As Lomu gets around one. Brought down by Ponkston. And I think the Raiders, they're home free here.
They might be a chance for a kick return still late in this game. Pending on how far they get, which could torch them. But yeah, good set here. If they can force a bomb or something so that they limit what sort of Rashford can do, or Ponkston should the ball go to him, and that would be perfect. Yeah, that's perfect for the Raiders.
Now they just need something silly on the last as they go. It's going to be Hayden Mellett. Here's what he does. Not score tries. I thought he was going to score there and it was going to be a great moment, but no. Held up instead. As the Raiders looking to ice this game out, they need to score in the next 2 tackles. As Callum Irwin.
As long as they don't do what Mike Borson's did, they should be sweet.
They should be sweet. There's going to be Moose Lee looking for a kick for himself. Christie.
Oh, that's good.
That's a great kick there. And yeah, they're going to have to go a very long way here in a minute to even think about scoring. He's had 2 good kicks of the game. It was the first one and the last one.
Yeah. Saved it when they needed it the most. Call him the Avatar. I think he's bald as well, isn't he?
He is bald. Yes. There's 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left. Engo, I know, break the line. The Raiders digging deep here. They can smell the win. In fact, they know they've got it in the bag now. 18-12 the score. The Raiders with a win at home. Their first of the season as the Knights.
The first for Riley Flynn.
The first for Riley Flynn as a captain. And the Knights going down narrowly. Be disappointed in this one.
Yeah, the Knights will bounce back for sure. They're a class team, but tonight the Raiders just had a little bit more grit about them. And it showed in the scoreline. It was a pretty rare try for the Knights to concede to go down. But that's the kind of thing that happens when you don't sort of take your opportunities. The ball just finds a way to bounce away from you.
And it sure does. As we look at some of the stats here, and quite a lot of errors, almost double the errors. Actually, no, is double the errors there for the Raiders. 20 out of 27 sets complete, 22 out of 25 for the Knights, so they actually did better in terms of that, but maybe they just weren't adventurous enough with the ball. Quite a few more tackles for the Raiders. Missed tackles and line breaks, very similar. We'll move on to some individual stats because that's very even there. And it did show us the game that we did have was quite even holistically. As Jimmy Ralph, 247 run meters, helped out definitely by that prop stint and that big run that he did at the end to score that try, the match winner. Lomu had a great game on the right
at the end.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, well, I just said that. Thank you, Snicko. It's good that you can also watch a game. Wally Allen doing well, 25 tackles. Dustin Richards well in the run meters again, 22 tackles. Callum Irwin, 20 tackles. Jesse Bennett, 18 tackles. So a lot of tackling for the middle forwards and the edge forwards for the Raiders here, and that's helped him out heaps. Moose Lee, 2 try assists to his name, and just a lot of players running heaps. Over 100, so I think it was a really good team effort tonight from the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree.
A man of many words, Snicker Balbroa, as Dom Ponkston, 239 run meters for the Knights, 9 line breaks for him, but 23 tackles. He's made the most tackles of his team. That's not good. That's suboptimal, I think.
I think we mentioned that really early in the call that, yeah, too many tackles are going to limit him, and that's exactly how it played out.
Still ran 239 run meters, so great game from him,
Matt
but not
Downey?
much in the second half. Where's Matt Downey? Big impact there. We'll go down to that in a second. Jordan Marshall, good game from him as well. Driscoll had decent game, and Vakama, no wonder he didn't do much. 20 tackles, none missed. Alongside Nana, 22, none missed. So a lot of tackling again, and I think Vakama, he was definitely stunted by the amount of tackles he had to make at halfback. Now, if we look down to your mate Matt Downey,
not my mate with stats like that.
He's not done much. He hasn't missed a tackle, luckily, but all he's done is made 6 tackles, not taken a single run.
Hard as a prop sometimes.
Hard night in the office for Matt Downey, I think.
Yeah, he certainly earned his money tonight, didn't he?
Jeez, the poor fella. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it actually, yeah. Sometimes when you're a prop, the ball just doesn't come your way, and if you're only on there for one stint, and it's a defensive stint like he's obviously had. Yeah, especially after he would have not been able to watch last week with the Knights having to buy. He'll wait to round 3 to see his player have a run.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's a little bit funny though. But that is all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more games coming up, so don't go anywhere for more SRL action.